All right, hello everyone. I think that we are live now. Welcome to But We Don't Know the Rules. Oh
It's
God.
true. We don't know the rules.
Not only do we not know the rules, we don't even know all the players currently.
It's true. It's quite true. We had promised on social media that there would be a third joining us here, but they are, as you can see, simple math will tell you there are not three of us,
Yes, yeah. So Cam,
unless the Velociraptor behind Chris is able to play
yep, she's
or
still there.
whatever that is.
It is a velociraptor. It's a very chickeny looking velociraptor. You know, the feathery kind, the kind that Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
So the first Jurassic Park tried to get everything right as much as they could, and when it turned out that they didn't, people started asking like, "Oh, are the subsequent Jurassic Park movies going to try and get it right?" Because, and I think a lot of the producers and stuff were in interviews just said, "No, it's just ship has sailed at this point. The Raptor's going to continue to remain scary looking." So,
So I this past summer, my wife's sister um, got married in Colorado. It was just like a small like family thing. So when we went up there, we went to a natural history museum in Morrison, Colorado. It
the
was
bustling
basically like
metropolis of Morrison, yeah.
yeah, a house that had been converted into like a natural history museum. But it was super cool. Like we got a tour. It was literally it was our family and this paleontologist that like walked us around and like showed us all this different stuff and he was telling us about how they made a big deal about all the inaccuracies. Like a lot of paleontologists made a lot of deal about the inaccuracies with the Jurassic Park thing, and then like with the raptor size, especially because velociraptors were really like chicken sized.
Yeah.
And then later, after the movie released, they discovered a different species of raptor, and whoever discovered it like reached out to Spielberg and like offered to like even like name the thing after him, like have it be like the Spielberg raptor or whatever, and he declined.
What?
Yeah,
What?
he turned it down. So this thing that looks a lot like what the actual raptors look like in Jurassic Park, like just like the size and kind of like the big claw and everything or whatever, like this is like what the actual dinosaur looked like. Um, those are called Utah raptors
They are. Yeah.
because apparently Spielberg turned it down for it to be the Spielberg raptor.
I mean, I've known about the Utah Raptor, the discovery after the release of the movie, which is to me already amazing. But I didn't realize he turned it down. Jordan, let me tell you, a core tenet of my belief system is if you ever get offered the chance for a dinosaur to be named after you, you accept it. You accept it like you
Yep,
accept fish out of the back of a pickup truck in the middle of Las Vegas. Accept it.
I hope to one day either have a dinosaur or a planet named after me, if possible.
Planet could be kind of cool. That's true.
I feel like the planet one's a little more likely just because there's seemingly a lot more of those out there than there are dinosaur species to yet be discovered. But
Uh,
I'm playing the odds game with the planet thing, but I would I would be ecstatic with either.
Gonna light up a big fat cigarette and be like, ah, tell your kid, 30 years, everyone's gonna have a planet named after them.
The money's all in planets. It's all in planets.
We're gonna start playing Caravan here eventually, but Cam promised us less than 5 minutes till he comes on, so we're gonna continue talking about Jurassic Park facts. Like,
We're stalling. This is it's the showbiz term for it is we're stalling people.
yeah. Well, so what else about Jurassic Park? Ooh, yes, the Utah Raptor fact is one of my favorites. The Dilophosaurs didn't actually spit; like that wasn't a thing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it even had the neck fan thing. That was definitely like a made up,
Yeah.
pulled
Yeah.
from the, not the Gila monster, but some lizard. Like that wasn't quite a thing
Yeah.
either. But yeah, Michael Crichton, you know, Michael Crichton did his research. Have you read many of Michael Crichton's books in general? Andromeda
I
Strain.
have not, but I mean,
Okay, you have not, but
uh-oh. I don't know if I can hear you.
oh, you can't hear me.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm struggling to hear you. You're cutting in and out.
That's not on
I'm
purpose.
losing your sultry tones.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, um, I can regale you with some other fun facts that the Mr. Paleontologist Walt was his name. Regaled us with this past summer at the Morrison Natural History Museum. Um, did you know that the Stegosaurus, which was native to what is now Colorado, um, the the things on its back, the spikes or whatever you want to call those actually had blood vessels.
Ooh.
Like he was able to show us like the where the blood vessels ran on like some of the plates that were on the Stegosaurus's back. Same with the Triceratops and its like big like frill thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also had blood vessels.
Okay.
It was super cool.
I like it. All right. I didn't know that either. So
Yeah, and they
Kyle
think
says he
that
can hear me. Are you able to hear me better
I
now,
can
Jordan?
hear you, but there's a significant delay between when I see your lips moving on the Google Meet and when I hear the sound come to my ear holes. Right. Oh, okay. I don't have a knot tied in my headphone string. The common problem. You get the knot tied in them, and then you untie it, and then you hear a bunch of words all at once.
Yeah, if you're like Daffy Duck, that's the problem. Have they made Looney Tunes since like this? Are there like a steady stream of Looney Tunes since like 2010 or not that they deal with like modern things like smartphones and whatnot? I might hate that.
That sounds pretty crappy to me.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, all those cats live in
Like,
the 1950s and that's it.
right. Because I don't want to have Tweety Bird making Twitter puns. Like that just sounds awful.
That it does. Kyle in the chat says we went to our zoo a couple weeks ago and there was a Zoolassic exhibit. I like that. I assume that is a portmanteau. That's not like a new period that we discovered and add. Okay, Jordan, let me ask you a question. How many oceans are there in the world?
Um, 5.
5. You say 5. Okay, what are the 5 oceans?
Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Arctic. There's like I believe the South Ocean or the Southern Ocean is a thing.
I never learned the Southern Ocean in school, and it wasn't until I was in high school that my friend was making fun of his little brother for saying that there were 5 oceans because clearly to us there were only 4 because 4 oceans is all we had ever, you know, seen in school and heard about and learned about in school. And so his little brother, who admittedly was not a very smart kid, was like, "No, dude, there's 5 oceans." I was like, "Bro, there's 4 oceans in the world." You know, we were both so confident about it. We were both being so snooty about it. It turns out the textbooks have changed since I was in school. Cam, did you
Yeah.
ever
You guys, I'm sorry. I what's up?
Cam, did you ever hear about the Southern Ocean when you were
What's
in
that?
school?
Yeah, we talked about this on CNC Board Game Factory.
Okay.
Remember, you were telling me that you're like, hey Cam, how many oceans do you think there are? And I was like, based on the way you're asking the question, I'm going to say 4. And we were like, hey, I like your professional do, your coif.
Thank you. Yeah, I woke up this morning and my hair was basically like this, but a flatter version of it against my pillow. And it has since professionalized and kind of eased up a little bit. It's kind of a Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z type hairdo, and I remembered.
Yeah, man.
I remembered like at 2 minutes till the hour that there was a 0% chance I had enough time to fix my hair. So
I am
So,
so sorry. I'll spare you guys the details. There was just some stuff I had to take care of, and it was like kind of one of those you gotta do it immediately sort of things. Nothing bad, nothing emergency, but it was client based, and they got a hold of me late at night with some questions about some health stuff, health insurance stuff that they needed to know this evening. So I really, 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 really apologize.
all right, no worries, man. I understand that jobs are somewhat an important thing.
Well, when I say call me anytime, I guess some people believe me.
All right, Cam, I invited you out to Caravan, is what we're going to start with tonight. And normally, I feel like this is part of the live stream where you explain, yeah, this is the game that we're playing tonight. But that's not the point here, is it?
That's not the
that's not what we're here to do. We're here to play a game called Caravan. I can tell you that there are some camels on the box, seemingly in a caravan.
Let's not make assumptions,
Game
Jordan.
is published by Rio Grande. I said seemingly. Seemingly. I mean, it's just from appearances, from what I can see on the box. I have not looked at the BGG page for this game. I have not watched any rule videos on this game. We're flying in blind,
I only looked at the
and I have agreed to the beta terms.
Yeah, I agree as well. Oh, I have to actually click it. Gotcha. I only looked at the Board Game Geek page literally just to make sure that this was not like a 3-hour long game, and it said 45 minutes.
I got bad news.
What's that?
I've played this game before.
Well, get off our stream then.
We waited, Cam. We waited for you.
But I have good news also. I do not remember how to play it, or even what you're trying to do, and I'll divulge anything that pops into my head.
I don't want it. We've been down this road with Luxor, Cam. I don't want that information. That's
All right, I'm just saying. I don't like having an unfair advantage, but I really don't.
all right.
I've played this game before, but I really don't know how to play it.
I am seeing that we have available actions: place or move one empty camel on space. No other camels.
I have a feeling that
Pick
that's
up a good,
all the rules
steal
right
a good.
there.
I think it might be.
Okay, so you click on a space. I have 0 actions left, so I'm going to end my turn. Okay. I did 1 action.
I must spend 2 actions now. How does?
I just clicked on a
Okay,
space and
you
a
wanna-
camel came out.
I'll do that.
Heck yeah.
And okay. I think so. It's telling you that certain stuff has to be delivered to certain places. Like the blue, I think, has to be delivered to the blue area. The little blue cube that your camel's next to.
To be my guess.
Like the white cube that my camel's next to has to go to the white area. The brown cube that this other camel's next to goes to the brown area.
All right, I gotta spend 3 actions.
3 actions. Man,
Whoa.
someone's OP.
Whoa, weird. Okay, you're right. Yeah, the video feed is not updating. Oh man, that's really
Okay, so
bizarre.
I can't guys as camel, and then it says I must select a new camel location. This is
Missing.
not camel. Oh, I had a black camel selected.
You're gonna move one of my camels?
Oh,
How dare you?
figured out the solution to the problem.
All right, I played some camels.
And then we go away? Because I see us as black screens now
Yes.
on the YouTube I have pulled up, but
Maybe this is working. Okay.
I see the game now, but I see us as black screens.
Yeah, I think I got it figured out. It's just the delay. So I need to go to this one, and now I can start playing, and then people will be able to see my moves. Oh, I get 4 actions. Holy crap, yeah. Camel. Diagonal camel. 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 Oh yeah, look at that. Look how much I moved that blue cube. I'm on my way to
Wait,
Timbuktu, baby.
so you can move things diagonally?
I don't know, but I'm gonna try it.
That doesn't work.
Can you move them diagonally or no?
Doesn't seem to want to let me.
Boo. Okay.
Oh, here's the thing I remember that's not rules related. Is that
Taking my headphones out while you talk.
It's not rules related. It's just components related. The camels all have a little
Nope,
spot
still
like
right.
that, so they can hold a cube like it's doing right now.
Okay, cool. So the videos
All
work. The video should be working for everyone now. We can actually see
All right.
you guys in the video chat and the game board. So sweet. Now y'all can see this exciting caravanness, this caravan of courage.
I don't know. I feel a little uneasy about all the cubes in this game, you guys.
You guys really, you really borked it when you named your show.
Worked indeed.
Place a camel, move a cubie, move a cubie.
I was just gonna say that I think I figured out how to play, and I was gonna feel bad, but I think you actually figured it out before me, so now I don't feel bad.
Okay. And I don't know. Ooh, there's gold coins in the corners.
Gold coins sound good.
I assume that they're good, yeah. Have either of you guys ever watched the Ewok Adventures Star Wars movies? They're supposed to be the pinnacle of cinema.
I'm sure that they are.
Oh, I just realized my face was covering.
I heard it was like the Godfather's movie, where the first Ewok movie was great. The second Ewok movie is most people's favorite, and then the third one was like largely really bad.
Oh man, which Jordan, of course, you and I being the Simpsons fans of the group here,
Yeah.
I think of Fat Tony, crying. I haven't cried this hard since I paid to see Godfather Tree.
Cried this hard. Oh.
Whoa, hey you guys.
Yes.
I just hit a cube and it says, this pickup will trigger a restock. You cannot undo past a restock. So this game lets you know when you can't.
Ooh.
When you can't do. So there's no going back from the restock.
Okay.
Holy mackerel! Look at all this gold I'm sitting on. Now, I will say the one thing. So Cam's comment, by the way, was actually just about the components. It was pretty decent. This is fantastic, guys. I went to pick up the gold coin. I clicked on to see what happened. It says, "Are you sure? While not illegal." While not illegal, putting a second camel down in the same square is very rare and costly. Okay, so I guess you can't pick up the gold coin. I guess. Yeah. I guess all it does is put another camel there. I don't have any camels left. Do I?
I moved a camel recently by clicking on it and putting it on another spot.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, you can move camels. I think, but do you think your number of camels are finite?
Oops.
Just like in real life.
Ooh, see, I'm assuming I clicked on my camel, but like the camel carrying the cube, but I assume that if I move the camel carrying the cube, it'll drop the cube. I assume these camels are not very coordinated, but that's just a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if the cube drops, I think you have to put it back in the pile.
Okay.
It's actually a dexterity game.
Yeah. And then you get the camels to stack up on top of each other, and you can move them all at once. Is what I remember from, my memory of camel-based board gaming.
Yeah.
Played that other camel game relatively recently.
Camel Cup?
Truth be told, yeah. Or Camel Up,
Yeah, I've never actually. What was that, Cam?
I was gonna say, I always thought it should be called Camel Cup because of the original box art. Makes much more sense.
But they,
But the camels stack on top of each other the way that cups stack, Cam.
Yeah. So it should have been called Camel Up Cup.
Yes, that's a thing.
There we go.
4 cubes till refill. So, are we gonna have a spoiler-filled Mandalorian discussion this evening?
What does the chat say? Spoil the Mandalorian or don't?
Well, Paul, Kyle, if you're the active participants right now.
As the good book says, spoil the child, spoil the Mandalorian, right?
Is it a spoiler to say the child's name?
I think that's already like a soft spoiler right there.
I think it says, yeah, spare the Mandalorian, spoil the baby Yoda.
I'm moving stuff. I don't know if I'm doing good or not, but I'm moving stuff.
I know the Bible pretty well. So, speaking of which, I'm glad to see the Bible finally make its way into the Star Wars universe.
What?
Well, because of that verse, spare the Mandalorian, spoil the baby Yoda.
Right.
Yeah. The Bible finally catching up.
About
the Star Wars is finally catching up with the Bible by putting a Bible verse directly as the main thing in their story.
What about the part where Anakin was born without a father?
Right.
You're not wrong there. We did get a little little biblical
Yeah, but
there.
here's the thing, though. That's blasphemy. I don't like that.
What, that the midichlorians all got together and decided to have a council of, like, you want to make a kid that'll, like, kill a bunch of people?
Careful.
Okay, so everyone in the chat is current. Current as of December 4th. So, up to you if you want to have that chat or not. But I'm enjoying The Mandalorian. I'm enjoying the season of it quite a lot.
Yeah. Grogu is who I'll say. Grogu. Yeah, we just got current earlier this evening, actually.
Yeah, same here.
Fantastic, by the way. That most recent episode.
It was good.
This whole season's been phenomenal, I think.
I liked last episode more than I liked this one. This one was fine. This one was pretty. I mean, this one was good. I liked it, but I feel like it was trying to accomplish two things, and the thing that I feel like it did better, right? The peril, the danger of the situation was really done well, and then the like little guest appearance was like cool, but fine.
I feel like they kind of like pulled things away a little bit from, what was that, 2 episodes when the Razor Crest was indestructible. Like a freighter was able to out dogfight 3 TIE fighters. But it seemed like in sports there's this term they call is the makeup call. It kind of seemed like the makeup call in the favor of the Empire was the Razor Crest just getting
slammed.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to tell any tales out of school, but did you guys think it was like, did it blow your mind when you found out that you in fact had been Revan the entire time?
What?
You know, like in The Mandalorian, when you find out halfway through the first season that you have in fact been Darth Revan this entire time, and that's why the Jedi Council was hesitant to train you in the ways of the Force. Oh no, did I just spoil a great video game you guys have never played?
Is that KOTOR? Or is that
It's KOTOR, baby?
I've actually never played. Yeah, I've never played any of the Knights of the Old Republic games, or that's a big one that I definitely missed out on.
I played a little bit of it when it came out on the iPad several years ago.
Oh yeah.
Then didn't finish.
Okay. First thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I got to the part in that game where I was on some planet, like running around in the woods. I got in like this field or whatever, and I ran into some other person who had like gone to the dark side or something, and there was an other whatever species Yoda is person there, like in this little other Jedi Council place, whatever.
Was it Yaddle?
Yeah.
Everyone forgets about Yaddle.
I don't know.
Who's Yaddle?
There's a girl
Isn't that a
Yoda.
Barbra Streisand movie?
What was that?
Isn't that a Barbra Streisand movie? Yaddle?
Yaddle was she was a girl-looking Yoda in like episode 1 in the background of like one scene, and everyone's mind got blown. Like, there's more Yodas, and then they just kind of forgot about her.
So anyway, first thing is I just found out that if you place your camel on the same place as somebody else's camel, it costs 2 actions.
Ooh, okay.
Second thing is I didn't really spoil KOTOR that bad. Like if KOTOR had just come out back then, storytelling wasn't as good. So that twist was big. But like if you look at KOTOR 1 through the lens of modern video game storytelling, it's obvious from about 15 minutes in that, like, as soon as they mention Revan, it's pretty clear that you're Revan.
Oh,
So,
interesting. Okay.
yeah. Like, if you, like, it's just like the storytelling bumps in the game are, like, very obvious because they've been used a billion times since.
So Paul in the chat said he didn't really like the bad guy in the Iron Man armor. Is that today's episode or like yesterday's episode? Is that recent one?
We're talking about Moff Gideon or the Dark Troopers?
I assume the Dark Troopers, right? They kind of looked like, and this is the wrong Iron Man to pull from. They kind of looked like the Iron Man 3, like just kind of stiff suits walking around. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
who knew that you could move cubes like all the way from your back camel to your front camel in one action?
I have figured that out, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I had not figured that out yet.
No, I've been moving them one space at a time.
Jordan, you're holding out on us, bro.
You know.
I know
Okay.
now.
Yeah, the Dark Troopers were kind of Iron Man, semi-sentient robot-like.
So they were like, they seemed like a little bit like the Ultron robots from Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh
But
yeah,
I was
Weekend at
also-
Ultrons.
Yeah,
I've seen
I was waiting for them to go. I was just waiting for a Roger Roger from one of them.
Oh,
Because that would have just made my day.
but like a deep gravelly, like Roger, Roger.
Like it was like they recovered that file off of like some corrupted drive and downloaded it onto those for some reason.
I like that. Have I told you about the Terminator 3 deleted scene which explains why the Terminator robots have Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice?
No.
Okay. So Terminator 3, not the high point of the Terminator
Maybe-
series.
It was for me.
Because I recall, I think we talked about, you might have talked about this, I don't remember what you said, but I remember we've talked about the epic rap battles of history, and the one between RoboCop and Terminator. One of RoboCop's diss lines is, I wonder where all the Cyberdyne research went that they couldn't fix your funky Hans and Franz accent. I think it's pretty good. It's like, oh yeah, Cyberdyne spent like billions, if not trillions of dollars on all these robots, and that's how they made you talk.
Dadgum, I didn't realize that there's little dots on all the camels. You're right. You can shuck them to the front in a single action. Dadgummit.
Yeah. I thought we had a brain trust going on, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, you were.
More
pretty
coins,
tough.
maybe?
Well, you also blatantly disregarded my request of not sharing things and just started talking about stuff. And so I had to remove my headphones.
So you can. Let me ask you this, and I don't mean to, because I don't want to break the rules again. So you consider talking about just the shape of the components spoilage?
Well, I didn't know what you were going to say, so I removed my headphones from my ears.
Well, that's why I said it wasn't a spoiler. It didn't have anything to do with the mechanics of the game, but you didn't believe me.
It's true, I didn't believe you, because when we played Luxor and you would say such things, and then you would say something, and it's like, well, there is a spoiler in there.
Oh, well, but the thing about that is chaotic neutral, baby. I'm chaotic neutral.
Well, lawful neutral, so I removed my headphones as to not hear, and then I didn't tell you about that thing because I didn't want to spoil it for you. So
you know what? I appreciate that, actually. And honestly, I just try to be helpful, so really I would say I'm chaotic good, if anything.
Chaotic is 100% you. And then,
Yeah, I'm definitely chaotic. I think
Yeah.
I'm probably good too. I think. Would you consider yourself lawful good or neutral good, Yi?
I'm boring, so I guess lawful.
I don't know. Are you kind of are you? But do you sometimes waffle on the lawful?
I would love an awful truffle of unlawful waffles if that was the only way to get waffles, but
Oh my!
yeah. Do I waffle on the lawful? Shuck 'em down the line, baby. I love these camels. This is great. This game is pretty cool, by the way. Now that I know you don't have to move the cubes one step at a time, I'm like my enjoyment of this game has shot up like 1,000,000%.
Yeah, like that part is pretty neat. This game is it's a cool game, and like I remember having fun playing it. This is very abstract, you know. But like, but the fact that you have little camel meeples makes the game, I think, kind of approachable to, like maybe like people you're trying to get into board gaming.
Board game nerds like us.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Who are you calling nerd?
No, it's not what I wanted to do at all. Wait, yes, it is.
Yeah. So do I waffle on my unlawful on my lawful? I don't think so. Well,
Oh, just realized I had a fifth camel that I've just been left chilling over here in the middle. I could have been using him to kind of do what I'm doing here.
oh no.
Oh well.
Hey, you know what I just realized I believe about this game?
What's
but
that?
My hypothesis I'm gonna test right now. I'm guessing you can't move a camel when they have a cube on them, huh?
No, I don't think you can.
My guess would be no. My hypothesis is that you drop the cube you're holding if you move it. Is my guess.
Oh, that could be.
I also will tell you I have sussed out that some of the cube colors are worth more.
Yeah, the rare
Yeah,
versus the common.
I should have said that too because I noticed it too up in when I looked at this.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is a 6 and a 3 on the. Then there's 8 colors, right? So I'm guessing, but I don't know for sure, that some of the cubes are worth 6 points and some are worth 3 points.
And then are gold coins just worth 1 point each, I guess?
I assume they are.
Well, if you add everybody's score,
Yeah.
like Hopper has 3 3s and 1 6, which would be 9 plus 6 plus 2, which is 17. You have 3 5s and 5 coins.
I did it. I did an action. Okay, so catching up with the chat a little bit. Devin's here. Devin, how's it going? Devin, have you watched Mandalorian? Are you caught up on it?
Mandoing?
Kyle says we might have to have a more inexperienced third player, as Cam seems to know a lot of games already.
Yeah.
It was just I didn't realize that I played this before, but I think I remembered it slower than these guys learned it, if that's any consolation.
Need some more rubes.
I mean, look, I'm behind the leader by 8 points right now.
And who's the leader? It's me. Oh, I guess I'm covering up the score. Some of our videos here. Like I'll just bump myself down to the side.
Take that.
Make this work
later.
somehow. So FYI, Chris, we see your mouse over the faces when you pick up a camel. When you pick up a camel, it's floating over Jordan and Cam. Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I catch that or not. Na leader.
You're not the leader anymore, dude. You're getting whooped by the tree. Hey, how do you think this game ends?
Oh no! What did I do? Oh yeah. There's an undo button. Heck yeah.
Yeah, you just can't undo if you draw new cubes.
See, and that's how I play in general, right? Is in general when I play games, booyah! Is my
You just can't take something back if there's information that couldn't be known.
exactly?
Right?
Yeah. That's my philosophy. Like if someone says like, "Oh, can I take back a dumb move that I did?" or like, "Oh, now that," especially in a first game, when someone's like, "Oh, sorry, now I'm catching up on the rules here." Yeah, man, take backsies, please. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, guys, we recorded finally we recorded an episode of the Board Boys on a game that I think, was it the three of us and Rob played on Board Game Arena Live during the height of COVID? Keyflower?
Yeah.
Oh. And I think Chris won that one, right?
I believe I did. Yeah.
That seems to track.
Well, that's what Rob said on it. You know, because Rob keeps stats on the BG Stats app.
As do I.
And I do too, in a very Cam sort of way, which is to say,
You don't?
I did really, really well for like 2 weeks and then never did again.
Sounds like a Cam way to play. A Cam way to do it. Yeah.
Listen, probably the biggest thing I can say about my personality, is I don't think it makes it better that I'm really self-aware about my shortcomings.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I'm really self-aware about my shortcomings.
Oh man. Hey, Dunning-Kruger, right?
Does that make it worse? Does that make it worse though?
I mean, yes, because it makes you lazy, but at least you're not ignorant.
Yeah, exactly. And ignorant is the best thing you can be.
Ooh, yeah, I saw that purple cube sitting awful close to the purple city of Agades.
You know what they say? Swish.
Move that there, and I'm gonna. Oh, fudge.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think these cones are?
The what?
The cones next to the gold coins in our score tabs.
I don't know. We each have one, though.
Yeah.
Oh. Scadaboosh! More deliveries for your old pal Chris.
So how do you think this game ends? Do you think there's a finite amount of cubes and it ends like when the cubes are all delivered? Or do you think that there's a certain amount of turns that we get that we haven't been tracking? Or do you think that...
I think we have to do this whole... There's 4 cubes left, and that's now highlighted in red.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess that has something to do with it.
I don't know if you have to deliver all the cubes or if you have to empty the bag. Sorry, what was that, Cam?
So if we pull the last cube, we go into super secret double overtime.
Something like that.
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, so the top right corner says thief token. So...
Because one of the things that said you could do is you could steal a good. So I don't know how that happens.
My guess would be if you have a camel in the same space as someone else's camel, like holding a good.
That's, yeah.
Hey! That guy stole my good!
Yeah, Alexander Pfister needs to make that sequel to his game, Stole My Goods.
Well, I think it's pronounced stow my goods.
That's the Take That expansion.
It's a game about stowing goods inside the packages, the saddlebags on your camel. So there's oh my goods, stow my goods, and then stole my goods.
Terrible.
We were making last night's recording. It may go down in history as the funniest episode of Board Boys. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it was a real funny one. But last night it was pointed out with Keyflower that key flow is the newer one is just, they're just getting lazy by taking some letters off the end of Keyflower. And I pointed out that the first 3 times you take letters off of the end of Keyflower, the game is called Keyflow.
You're not wrong there.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. English language is, in fact, one of the dumber languages on this planet.
Hey, Hop, did I tell you that we finally got to play a bunch of your favorite game? Well, one of your favorite games, Lords of Vegas.
You didn't tell me.
Dude, it's fun.
I do like that game quite a bit.
Like, it's just short enough to make up for like the ridiculous amount of randomness in it. But like the gameplay is really compelling. And I'm gonna say something that's like maybe a little offensive to core gamers out there, but it's like if Chinatown weren't boring.
It's like if what now?
It's like if Chinatown weren't boring. I don't know. Have you played Chinatown?
I've not.
No, I've not played Chinatown either.
I'm deducing that it's a boring version of Lords of Vegas now.
Well, it's a trading game using kind of a similar principle of everybody kind of randomly receives areas like that they get to utilize, and then you can trade like shops to like place in those areas. I would say it was a really good trading game until Sidereal Confluence came around and just blew every other trading game in the world out of the water. But there's not like any like dice rolls and betting at each other's casinos and stuff, which was what the real fun is.
Yeah, that's like the best part is like the betting, and there's like all the stand-up rolls that can come with like even if it's like someone else they are able to like take control of a casino, and it's just like, yes, now that other jerk's not going to get points the next time that casino scores or something like that.
Oh man, it's just so exciting. Like it really is. It's like when you're like betting against people, when you're, it's a fun game. It's like there's like every card draw at the end is like a stand-up card draw, stand-up dice rolls. For like such a simple, like just a simple like kind of push your luck sort of game. Really great.
I've not yet tried it, and as you all know, I live in the city of Lords of Vegas, so it's kind of a shame that I never gotten to try it.
Well, hopefully someday soon, Chris, you'll get a chance to have more opportunities to play games like that.
Now, yeah, I mean, ironically, I'll probably not play it ever in Las Vegas.
Let me put it to you like this. I know you just got a cool new job, and you're going to be moving to Florida.
Whoa, spoiler alert.
Cam, you're not supposed to explain the rules. Cam, are you...
Didn't you...
Cam, are you...
Isn't that...
Are you suggesting that I'm going to work for the Dice Tower, Cam?
No, I didn't suggest that. I just said you got a
Cam,
cool
I
new job
think that you just said that out loud on the air. And it's 100% true.
Now. Well, here's the thing. But you did mention that you had gotten a job and were moving to Florida.
Yeah, that part I said out loud. Yeah, I didn't say the Dice Tower part out loud, which you insinuated.
I didn't ever say that part out loud, because I'm a good secret keeper when I want to be.
Except for right now when you explicitly said, and I know Chris and I both heard you say, Chris, you're going to move to Florida to work for the Dice Tower. And
I didn't say that.
Vassal, right?
Cool new job.
Those are the words that came out of your mouth. Am I wrong, Chris?
Roll the tape. And here's the thing: if I did say it, fine.
We were Jordan and I were joking before you got on, Cam, that it is no longer has to be 100% hush hush. So,
okay. We had to keep editing the podcast because like the last couple of weeks, because like Josh and Ben would just keep saying it. We were like, no, you can't say it. Like, we can't say that. It's a secret. Like, thank God we weren't like live.
Were they actually saying it though?
I think so. Yeah, like at least Josh said it once, but it was when we were recording, not when we were streaming. But here's what I want to put to you: instead of doing that, you should move. You should move like 50 to 60 miles west of Des Moines, down I-80, about 50 to 60 miles east of Omaha, and then me and Jordan just meet you there, and we do this live in person. We just bring a board game and just don't even look at the rules and just play it.
Oh man, next delivery ends the game.
Holy smackers! That sounds like it's closer to than 75% to the end of the game.
It does kind of sound like that, doesn't it?
It does seem that way. Okay, so now the chat's talking.
Grab those coins real quick, because coins be points.
Coins do be like that, though.
All right, gang. Sorry for the delays and stuff in the internet. I don't know if it's my internet, if it's just been weirder recently or something. But hey, soon won't be my problem because I'll be living in Florida.
Applying game end penalties.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Wow.
Hey.
Look at that score spread.
I won somehow, guys.
Great job, man.
It's because we were sharing information. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Hey, so what's the next one we're playing? What's the other one?
Blue Skies.
Let me go look at that and make sure I haven't played it real quick.
I'm sure you have, and you'll.
So for the people in the chat, I'm going to be mostly a video editor down there in Homestead, Florida, but I'll also be on the camera occasionally.
I for sure have not played Blue Skies. Ever.
This game came out in 2019.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I'm gonna take about that much passion fruit mango juice, and then about that much LaCroix. And I'm gonna make a little fizzy cocktail out of those two things.
As long as it's not a Sprite float, we're good.
You know what? That Sprite float was pretty good, but I bet it would have been better had I used sherbet. Sherbet?
It would have been better had you used root beer, like a sane person.
You know, Hopper, I wish we lived closer together because I feel like we could have just a ton of great times disagreeing about many things.
You are welcome in Omaha anytime, Cam.
Yeah, and now we have to disagree over the internet like a bunch of nerds.
I do really love you. I wish we hung out more, and you know what? We should do that soon.
And
I'll be right back.
I'm waiting for the old the board boys signal up in the sky, and Des Moines not that far. I'm happy to drive.
As I was running upstairs, I heard that and noted, and we'll do it soon.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to hear you on the B Boys podcast. Get on the board, boys, man, and talk about some pieces of lumber.
Well, we have to get the. I believe it's been a long time since we coined that song, the Meeple Overboard Boys Zone.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Cam seems to be kind of the snack master, which is that his?
Yeah,
no, he's Sack Disaster, right? Yeah, that Sack Disaster is his BGA account.
Sack Disaster, the snack master.
Yes. So yeah, we need to call him that when he gets back.
What's it?
You're Sack Disaster, the snack master.
Yes. Have I told you guys why my board game arena name is Sack Disaster?
No.
So, it came from, I think when I first joined Board Game Arena, maybe I was still playing in a band called DJ Dad MC Mom, that a friend...
What?
The name of the band was DJ Dad MC Mom.
Is there anything that was produced that I can search on Spotify right now? Because I'm looking. I just want to know if I'm actually going to find anything.
Not on Spotify.
YouTube?
But I don't know. Let's take a look. This was like way back in the day. I can send you tons of files of. Oh, wait.
Please.
Hang on.
DJ Dad, MC Mom.
None of us have ever been to.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Never go there. Always sing about it.
By Flapjack McTravish.
Yeah, is the sound really bad?
Yeah.
This is probably 13 or 14 years ago.
This says 13 years ago on my phone.
Yeah.
Were you guys playing at a tattoo shop?
Yeah. We're not gonna watch the whole song here.
No, we know because it's definitely lower quality than like hold music at the DMV.
Anyway. Yeah. So that was not the musical endeavor that I'm like fairly proud of, but it was a really fun band, and we all had nicknames in the band. I was Sack Disaster, the bass player was Balls McGee, and then the drummer his name was Enos McLarge, and that's where that name came from, and that's kind of the vibe of the band. And then I joined a much more, well, you know, it was me and the drummer, because those two guys were brothers, and he moved to Florida, and then the drummer and I started another band called Nuclear Rodeo, and I'll link you guys to the Dropbox. You can listen to the band I would not mind sharing the music of.
But DJ Dad and
So there we go. Thank you.
DJ Dad and MC Mom is such a great name. What were some of my last band names? The Stale Marshmallows was my biggest, proudest one.
Then,
Well, you're cutting out.
Was the name? The name of my good band, Nuclear Rodeo, is a terrible name for a band, and for some reason that stuck for almost 10 years.
What do we got to do to get this thing started here? Waiting for Sack Disaster.
Oh, sorry. I need to. Why do I need to keep accepting this beta thing?
Because they want to make sure you know you're playing a beta version, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, man. This game looks awesome.
Oh, wow. This is Spreadsheet the Game.
Hey, guys. Can I be really honest with you? Probably one of the weirdest things about me.
Is it that you play every game that we try to play without knowing the rules of?
No, I've never played this. But I will say I don't mind long layovers in airports. I kind of like it. It's kind of fun to hang out in an airport and watch planes take off and come in.
Okay, so I see in the what happened over here, there's a lot of demand cards that were drawn. I did a lot of stuff.
Whoa. Yeah, you did do a lot of stuff, dude.
Unbeknownst. Wow, there's a lot going on here. This is a we're gonna have a La Granja level scrolling session going on Chris's screen.
Yes, we are.
Because this thing goes down a ways.
A local airline begins servicing Atlanta.
Oh,
What?
okay.
A demand card is so. Do you just draw a bunch of cards at the beginning of your turn and then you get cubes on them, or what?
I don't know. Am I the Cardinals? Cam is GGA, and Chris is a microscopic plane.
But GGA stands for Good Great Airline.
Paul says, "Good luck figuring this one out, chumps."
Hey, Paul, you're gonna eat those words.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bad time figuring
30
it
cards
out.
remaining, guys.
All right, 6 points about my starting gates. Okay, so if I know anything about flying, I know that I want. Oh, somebody. Okay, so let's get.
There's
You.
buyouts. Oh, did we stumble into like an 18xx game, but with planes here?
Once again, the only thing I
For
did,
the long haul here?
all I did was look at the BGA, the Board Game Geek page, literally just to make sure that this was not a 3-hour game, and it's not. It's a 4-hour game.
Okay.
No, it's a 45-minute game.
Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about my airport purchases.
45 minutes plus or minus 6 hours.
All right, guys. So I
man.
got San Diego, Portland, Newark, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh. So we're kind of running like just like that, and then down to San Diego. So it's like Newark, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Seattle, San Diego. That's my route.
I picked Las Vegas, Seattle, and Orlando, the 4 corners of the earth. So.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get Seattle. You got Seattle. I got Portland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got Seattle Junior. Okay. I got my
Seattle's
eyes on
little
you.
brother.
I got my eyes on you. Good, great airlines.
I'm trying to get all the orange airports because they're statistically the best ones.
Because they're in the Midwest?
Joke.
There are 30 airports in this game. Good grief, airlines.
Okay, guys. Who has flown in or out of the most of these airports?
Probably not me.
Probably
I don't
not me.
do a lot of air travel.
I have flown out of Dallas, Minneapolis, Chicago, St. Louis, Houston, Atlanta, Orlando, Miami, Newark.
And when you say
Was that 10?
when you say flown out of, do you mean including layovers or not including just layovers?
Including layovers.
Okay. Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Honolulu, Las Vegas, obviously, Phoenix, Dallas,
Dude, you're nailing it.
Salt Lake City, Chicago, maybe. No, I'm going to go with Detroit as my 10th. And then Atlanta, 11. Orlando, Miami, Washington. Wow, 14.
Yeah, I didn't go back and count mine, but you got me beat, I think, because I probably had about 10. Do you guys know what the biggest and busiest airport in the United States is?
That's
Atlanta?
No, I don't know offhand.
I think it's pretty sure it's Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta, then LAX, O'Hara, then DFW.
Okay, so here's my little story. I flew out to Florida this week to get situated because of where we're moving and everything. And so I got a condo set up, got stuff figured out, met my coworkers. And, got stuff situated for my new job at the Dice Tower. Exclusive
Did you get
store
hazed?
here. I did not get hazed. I did not. Which is a little disappointing, but it's all right.
Oh.
Hey, Chris, oh, go ahead.
Roy and Mike, if you're listening, I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You didn't haze Chris. Come on.
Hey, Chris. I asked you to do this on chat, but did you tell old Tom Vassell that Campbell says what's up?
I did not, no.
Well, that's not very nice of you. I would have done it for you.
Appreciate it.
Next time I see Tom, Chris, he says what's up.
Oh, I'd appreciate that. And he'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I'm a good.
That's the difference between you and me. That's the difference. Okay, so
Loyal.
here's my little airplane story. Flying during the pandemic, incredibly stressful. In fact, I'm wearing a mask at home now, and I'll get a COVID test in like a few days, is what the CDC recommends. So this is basically the first time
So-
I've not been wearing a mask at home, just to make sure that Wendy and Kiddo are safe.
So now, what I've heard from my brother-in-law, who is a pilot for a regional airline, as well as he's now in training to become a military pilot as well.
Okay.
Not a fantastic time to be a pilot,
Right.
as a career, but what he said is they have said that actually inside the plane, because of the air circulation and things, a plane is actually one of the safest places to be as far as respiratory diseases are concerned.
Because
Really?
because
Because they are funneling air out?
Yeah, just the problem is that you have to walk through the airport to get to the airplane, and
Yeah.
the airports are terrible for that.
yeah,
Dude,
if
I
I
was
could be
thinking
one of
about
those
this the other day.
billionaires.
Dude, how romantic is it to call, the place you go to get on an airplane an airport? I love it. It's such a good name for the place that you go.
It's your port into
Like
the air.
there's something so like there's something like so sci-fi about using like older technology and then taking like the name for like the cooler thing you can do. You know what I mean? Like, like if we have flying cars one day, like calling the guides you have to follow, like,
The
sky roads.
the air highways or something.
No, dude, sky roads would be the romantic thing to call it.
Skyway, that sucks.
Or highway, yeah. Like you go down the sky road to get on the skyway, or maybe you go down the air road to get on the skyway.
Yeah. So oh, by the way, Jordan, are you buying your starting airports?
I thought I was.
Do you spend all
I'll be
$6?
right back. I'm gonna go.
You have to click.
I'm being told that my web page reloaded because a problem occurred. I have blue skies, and it's just encompassing my entire screen.
Oh yay! Maybe you have
It's just
to.
like I can see the letters. I'm gonna go ahead in Memento.
Kyle says, "So you're saying that an airplane is better than a cruise ship?" Oh, I will not be on a cruise ship for quite a while, until cruise ships do not have the potential of being embargoed.
Watch what you say, Mr. Yee. I believe you may be contractually obligated to go on the Dice Tower cruise now because reasons.
Because reasons, yeah, reasons that Cam spoiled. But yeah, I assume that, I assume that up until the point where like cruise ships probably won't get embargoed from ports and like left out at sea for 6 months. Probably not going to be doing it, dealing a lot with that.
Uh-oh.
Why won't you?
You having internet troubles there?
Well, it's just not. I don't think it's internet troubles. I think. Yes, you're right, Board Game Marina. I am playing Blue Skies, or at least I'm trying to. Opening the game box.
Board game arena.
So I thought you were just gonna go with board game, like the old, like Sega.
Oh yeah. Board game.
Yeah, that's the only music to follow that because people are like, "Hey, we'll play Sonic. Like, you want to play something else in the Sega? No, let's go play Super Nintendo instead."
I really do that. So I have a cat named Megatron, and I didn't name him Megatron, but it was a cool name, and he knew it, so it stayed that way when I adopted him.
Oh, I didn't know
But
that.
a lot of times when you like roll in the room, I'll go Mega like that, or like like Sega.
So,
Oh, you could do Lubega. Hit up some Mambo number 5.
Yeah, like Lou Bega. Yeah, like a little bit of Monica in my life, dude. You should hang out with Lou Bega when you get to Miami. I bet that's where he lives.
Yes. Bucket list. Miami bucket
Good.
list.
What up, baby?
glad.
It's yo, Lou Bega, ¿cómo estás, papi? I bet he goes back and forth between like kind of like Cajun type, like kind of like Bayou talk, and then like really like Cuban Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, are there any other? Has he ever recorded another song? Does anyone know? I mean, besides Mambo's 1 through 4.
Okay, first of all, I want you guys to guess where
Mambo
Lou Bega-
1 is really good. Mambo 2 is a lot of people's favorite, and then Mambo 3 is really disappointing.
4 showed some promise, and 5 was a banger.
Okay, I guarantee.
Why? This won't let me do anything.
Don't look it up, but guess where Lou Bega is from and still resides.
Havana, Cuba.
No.
I'm gonna say something
Guess-
terrible, like Allentown, Pennsylvania.
No.
Athens, Georgia.
He was born and raised. Are you ready?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Germany. His mother is Sicilian and his father is Ugandan.
Whoa.
Oh wait a second. But I totally nailed the Miami thing because as a teenager he traveled to Miami, Florida, where he found the inspiration for his hit single.
Yeah, guys. So I think we found a bug, and it's that if you have the Cardinal Company, you can't buy a second airport. It just won't let you.
Should we just restart the game?
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Well, here's the thing: you won't lose any rep if you click propose to collectively abandon, and we all abandon it.
I just don't know why it won't let me.
I make proposal. Ooh, a Chris and Eric Summer dueling voices dad jokes off. Yeah, I'll see what I can do, gentlemen. I'll see what I can do.
Hey, I don't have a dad joke for you, but I do have a joke about being a dad. And I'm not a dad, but so you can use this one if you can find a way to dadify it. So a father and his daughter are sitting watching the evening news. Our age dad, 4-year-old girl, let's say. And the newscaster comes on, after like the, puff piece or whatever, and is like, in somber news today, 2 Brazilian men died today when they were skydiving and their parachutes didn't open. Back to you, Chuck. And the little girl starts crying, and the dad is like, whoa, like what gives? And she's like, well, it's just so sad, the humanity of it all. To hear that, these men did, died in such a way, it's horrible. The 2 Brazilian men they were talking about. And the dad's like, well, honey, they knew the risks, it's... Sometimes the parachute doesn't open, and that's a risk you take when you're skydiving. And she goes, yeah, Dad, but seriously, the sheer amount of it, I mean, how many even is a Brazilian?
I heard I heard something like that back in the George W. Bush presidency, where Yeah, it was Dick Cheney and George Bush talking. I think it was like a gift. It was like a card, like a birthday card that was like, "Hey, good news! Good news, President. 100 Brazilian soldiers joined in the war effort." And he goes, "Wow, that's amazing. How many's a Brazilian?"
That's a way joke because like it's so much punchier. Like I have to go through this whole rigmarole.
Oh, we lost J-Dog.
Where'd Hopper go?
There's one. There's a series I like.
Hey.
What was that?
Yeah.
No, what did you say?
I was going to tell you a good dad joke.
Yeah, dude, let's hear it.
I think we have a little bit of a. Okay, so, this couple is driving a car down the road, and they hear like a thump when they're driving, and they're like, "What was that?" So they look and they see that there's like an animal like twitching behind the car, and so they like stop the car and get out, and they see that they've run over this rabbit, and he's like twitching, and he like dies, and the guy's like, "Oh man, I can't believe. Sorry, little bunny. Sorry, little bud." And the wife is like, "Whoa, I got it. Hang on, 1 second." And she runs into the car, and like she's rooting around in her purse, and she comes out with this aerosol can, and she sprays it all over the rabbit, and the rabbit like kind of pops back to life. And he has a big smile on his face, and he's like, "Whoa," like really happy. Kind of bouncing around, looks totally fine, and starts hopping down the road. And as he hops down, are you there, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
He hops down a couple 100 feet, and he turns around and he waves at him. And he keeps hopping, hops a couple more 100 feet down the road. He waves at him again, and he keeps hopping a few feet and waving. And I hope you caught this part of the joke. Are we all together on this?
Yeah. So
Hey,
he's
Chris, did you lose me there?
no, I still got
Hopping
you.
down the road, he waves, and he goes over the horizon, and the husband says to the wife, "Whoa, what did you spray on him?" And she's like, "Well, it's this hair rejuvenation spray. It says that it may cause permanent wave."
Nice. My favorite, my go-to is always guy runs into a bar, and he says, "Bartender, how tall do penguins get?" And the bartender just starts chuckling, and the guy's like, "Bartender, this is serious. How tall do penguins get?" The bartender says, "Look, son, why is this so important?" "Bartender, this is serious. How tall do penguins get?" The bartender says, "I don't see how this could be serious, but okay. 3, maybe 4 feet tallest." The guy's face turns pale white. He runs out of the bar screaming, "Oh no, I've run over a nun."
How tall do penguins get?
How tall do penguins get?
That's pretty funny.
I have bad news, sports fans. I don't know if BGA is going to let me do this thing.
No?
Well, why don't you just abandon the game with us?
It won't let me. It won't
Oh.
let me. Literally won't let me do anything on Board Game Arena right now.
Yikes.
Like when I go to BGA, it completely freezes. Like the whole thing locks up, and then I get a little message that says that this web page is drawing significant amounts of memory from my computer, and that closing it might help my computer's performance.
What kind of chip you got in there? A Dorito?
Ooh. Hey, I got a thought, and maybe it won't work, but I got
No, it's the Walmart off-brand, the Great Value Doritos. I couldn't afford a name brand like that. In this economy, come on.
Yeah, it's just a white bag with a picture of like an orange chip that says Nacho Crazy. Hey, why don't you try going to the website from your phone and seeing if you can get out of it that way?
This happened to me when someone, not on a stream, but they invited me to play Welcome to Las Vegas, which I'd never played. It would refuse to let me play on my computer.
It's weird.
Really?
I can't download anything from my church's website on one of our computers, but the other one works fine. So it's incredibly confusing.
That is strange. Oh my gosh, you guys! While he does that, I'm gonna see what the. Oh, it says the game ended.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, should we all take a moment to open up a gift real quick?
Nah.
You don't want to see? Should we see? Here, should we just all learn together?
Yeah, let's do it.
Jingle bells, it's Map Maker, the gerrymandering game.
I've played it.
I've not.
Is it pretty good?
It's okay.
Is it about gerrymandering?
It is.
Well, it's good that they called it the gerrymandering game then.
The Kickstarter game had a thing where you could. So it was a Kickstarter that a friend of mine backed, and you could. I don't remember. There was an additional pledge level where essentially they would send a copy of the game to your congressman or woman.
Really?
And so the thought was that they would get a lot of people to do that, and that they would then, all these people would get like tons and tons of copies of these games. And they were sending like letters with the games talking about like the,
how
crappy gerrymandering is.
How we have to arrest Jerry for mandering.
Yeah, that guy should stop mandering.
That's my take on it all. Just stop mandering. So do you think, Jordan, you might be able to play from your phone or anything, or should we just kind of call it?
Well, he has a game going for us. We're playing Blue Skies, baby. This is why they make you accept the beta pledge.
Yeah. Someone might need to go back to.
Hey guys, this is just the truth. The world just knows that I'm GGA up in here because I got him again.
Nice. And
Good lines.
Sorry, Jordan. I'm the little cardinal this time.
Well, that might be good.
That might be good for me and bad for you.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna move my video around.
Just watch flames rise from Chris's keyboard.
All right.
I had a meeting out like in the boonies, like a couple hours away from Des Moines tonight, that I just needed to get taken care of, some annual enrollment period stuff. And on my way there, I saw this huge blaze, like out, like kind of like in the sticks, like, and I saw these flashing lights, and I was like convinced I was like seeing a huge house fire in the horizon. But when I got close to it, somebody like was just burning a huge pile of wood, and then like they had some really obnoxious Christmas lights up.
Just
like really bright, like flashing lights.
It's just a Yule log is all that is,
What?
Cam.
No.
I was so excited. I was like, wow.
What?
That was the last time I saw a real dangerous blaze. I was actually coming back from I had a meeting in Villisca, home of the Villisca axe murder house. If you're familiar, Chris, I know Jordan probably knows about the Villisca axe murder house.
Yeah, I do.
Because it's kind of in between. Well, it's actually closer to Jordan than it is to me. But
Much closer to me than it is to you.
But yeah, when I was driving back from my meeting there, I saw like this semi on the other side of the highway, just really like, it was like a death metal amount of melting. And, yeah, it was crazy. I took a picture of it. And, also that same day, right across the street from the Villisca axe murder house, a squirrel walked across the road, like slowly and all chill in front of my car. And he was carrying a sock in his mouth. Now I got pictures of both of those.
Well, and now we know who the real Villisca axe murderer was. It was Sockmouth. Sockmouth, the chipmunk.
Yeah, Sockmouth. It was one of the greatest days of my life. So here's the burning semi.
Golly.
And then here's the. I unfortunately put them both on.
What happened?
Here's the stockmouth squirrel.
You just had that pulled up and ready to go.
So
It was a good day.
I'm abandoning computer for phone.
Okay. So I'm going to share some information that I think might be relevant.
No.
Well, isn't that not what we're doing?
No.
So like when I have a hypothesis about how the game works, you don't want me to share it.
Well,
It's not something I read. It's just something I'm thinking. If you don't want me to say it, I won't say it. But I thought the purpose was for us to collectively figure out how to play the game.
Yeah, if it's something that
If I'm
you're
wrong-
like intuiting, sure.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm intuiting it. It's not something that I just know.
okay.
Yeah. So what I'm doing this time when I buy gates is I realize that I have a hand of cards and that they have city names on them and that there's like airport colors at the bottom of them. And I'm surmising that the goal is to remove cubes from one and send them to the other using the cards in my hand and gates that I own.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's 86 red cubes and 23 green cubes. I can tell you that.
So we know the rarity of the cubes.
Yeah.
Green. Red outnumber the green more than 3-1.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy some airplanes.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some airplanes with my first gate purchasing moves or whatever they're called.
How do you buy airplanes?
No, I don't buy airplanes. I misspoke.
It's like, wait a minute. How do you do that?
All right, so let me tell you my
I
little.
want to buy airplanes.
Oh, and Kyle in the chat. I'm not full screening Board Game Arena, just because I'm trying. It's been a balancing act trying to make it so I can display Board Game Arena, have it update on the actual stream, and keep the video of Cam and Jordan up. So I'm just being a little bit mildly superstitious that as long as I don't full screen BGA, it seems to be working. I should hopefully have this figured out better by next stream.
So you're not superstitious. You're just a little stitious.
Just a little bit
Stitious,
stitious, yeah.
Just a little stitious. Okay.
Mild to medium stitious.
Ooh, there's a lot of cubes in Minneapolis.
That's why they call it the mini apple, because there's two colors of apples, red and green.
All right.
So for those yellow apples that ruin everything for you.
Yellow apples are just green apples. You're colorblind.
You have 6
I'm
points to
not.
purchase new gates. Unused points will be added to your score.
Oh.
I could buy a second
I
gate
wish I
out of Las
hadn't bought-
Vegas.
Whoa, hey, have you guys noticed that Chris currently has like a legit registered emoji by his in his score area right now?
Oh, yeah. I think that's like the first player
What?
or the active player marker or something like that. The little,
Yeah, just a straight up emoji.
Just a little pilot
I get to
emoji.
do more gates. I get to keep buying gates now. Is that what's up?
and I think unused
All right.
purchasee goes to your score, which is why I got 3 points, baby.
No, but I bought gates once already. Have you also bought gates? 2
Yeah,
times?
that's my point. This is the second time that I was able to buy gates.
Oh, well, I'm still buying Gates, baby. I love Gates. I don't care about score. I care about Gates. I'm kind of a Gates dude. They call me Bill Gates.
Oh, because you're all about bills, like money.
Yeah, because like it's bills. Like I use bills to get Gates. Oh, Honolulu for sure.
So let me tell you my little
Are you going?
my little
You know?
my little travel story here. I booked my flights out to Florida and back, and I was out there for a few days, and I got condo set up, and there's other like just living stuff situations all figured out. I bought a Sun Pass, which is their little like toll road sticker that you put on your car.
Yeah.
So toll road's going to be a thing in my life for the first time ever, which I'm mildly annoyed about, but a little minorly offset by working a dream job. So, it's
Right.
I think it offsets a little bit, but so I'm set up,
Yeah.
and I've booked my flight out there and back, and my layover flight is in Dallas Fort Worth, right, DFW Airport, because that's a good midpoint between Vegas and Miami. Turns out I wasn't looking close enough, and for whatever reason, Delta Airlines thought that the layover that I wanted that would be reasonable wasn't DFW, it was DTW, which is Detroit.
Oh.
You must play a card or use your special action. Special. All right, let's see what playing a card does.
So I will have to see if I can figure out a bug report for the. Apparently, on my Macintosh computer, this game on BGA will grind it to a halt. But if I open this game on the Chrome browser, we're Gucci.
So you just have to play in Chrome instead of
Safari.
Safari. Ah.
That's crap.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember where any of these airports are, and I'm like looking around.
I should also probably take the time to fill out the thing for Welcome to Las Vegas that's on my laptop that work gave me that I definitely don't play Board Game Arena on during work hours.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
That Welcome to Las Vegas wouldn't work whatsoever on Microsoft Edge.
You use Microsoft Edge? Do you like it?
Well, no.
Microsoft Edge better than I liked Microsoft Bono. I'll tell you that one.
It's not great. But the software that we use is now web-based and only works on Internet Explorer. So we actually still use Internet Explorer.
All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your
I
door.
must play a card or use my special action.
I hate to wake you up to say goodbye.
What does that do? I got 4, Chris got 4, Cam got 1. There's a lot of noises going on.
There's a lot of whooshing.
It's early morning. The taxi's waiting.
There were a lot of whooshings. Sack Disaster is buying gates.
Already I'm so lonesome I could die. You guys know that one, right?
No, not
So
offhand.
Kiss me, smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go.
Hey Cam, since you started singing, I have looked at our YouTube views. We're actually negative views. Like it's taking away.
First of all, my voice is beautiful. Second of all, because I'm leaving on a jet plane. You know that song? That was the whole lead up there.
You could have just sang that part
All right,
if you wanted.
Well, but then it wouldn't have been obnoxious. Well, it still would have been obnoxious, but not as.
You hit on obnoxious. I will give you that.
Thanks, bud.
Oh, okay. You could
All
just
right.
you could just click on the different regions instead of having to scroll through the entire list. I'm a genius. Less scrolling.
Whoa! Oh! That is incredible.
And you
Hey,
can
you guys, I'm crushing Southeast right now. I got nothing in Central though. Let's buy a Central airport.
man,
Oh, I can't. I bought a.
I can't believe Good Great Airlines is in 9 airports. Cardinal Sin Airways is only in 4.
People have.
Airways.
How do you see how many airports people have?
You can you see where it says Pacific, Southwest, Central. If you click on those, you see the regions. If you click on the airline companies below that, you see what each person owns.
Well, Spruce Moose Air here.
I have 3 airports in Southeast that I guess are worth a total of 9. Is that what it's all about?
It's like the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, because I own Charlotte, Houston, and Orlando, which are all worth 3. It looks like. Oh, Good Great has some skin in the Midwest too. It looks like. Ooh. Baby Blue Airlines owns some ORD, huh?
Why isn't the city of Atlanta on like the Atlantic seaboard?
Because it's not.
Well, because it's named after the Atlanta Braves. Baseball's a land game, Chris.
Atlanta is landlocked.
Yeah.
It's not a coastal city.
Yeah, it's Atlanta, Chris.
Atlanta. How could I? Yes. How could I have messed that one up? My apologies.
If you've not seen the episode of Futurama where they discuss the lost city of Atlanta, did confirm my Georgia geography that Atlanta is not a coastal city, but in the future it will become one because of the rich people in Atlanta trying to boost the tourism industry. So they'll pick it up and they'll fly it to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and then it'll sink, but all the chemicals from the Coca-Cola plant will severely expedite the evolution process, so all the residents of Atlanta will morph into mermaids.
What do you think, guys? Should I play a selected card or should I use a special action?
If you can tell me what a special action is, then...
Yep. I said, okay, so on special action, I said, you must choose an airport to receive passengers and any number of cards to discard. So I'm going to choose that Philadelphia receives passengers.
What are the little... So we have like our company sigil, then some numbers, and then like a little stock market symbol, and then some other numbers. And then Cam has a man next to him, and Chris and I have stars.
That's the first player marker.
Yeah, the emoji man, the pilot man.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently the stars... The star says special action still available, so maybe you only get 1 per game or something?
Yeah, so I already beat my L. By the way, according to the Board Boys podcast, that means that doesn't mean what people think it means. I used that phrase on the podcast the other day, and Josh
explain how.
What does that mean, Cam? And I came up with something innocuous, but now I can't remember what I said.
I have 6 buy points.
This is ICEPIK After Dark. It's 1 in the morning. I can say beat my L.
Sure.
Yeah,
If you guys... I'd appreciate that.
If I were to what?
Just like if you guys would like not tell my parents that I said that, I would appreciate that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, you can unsend text messages, right?
Have you guys ever seen that video clip of Chris D'Elia hearing that people can save Snapchats?
No, I also don't know who that is. Is it funnier if you know who that is?
Yes.
I bet it is.
So, yeah. What do I want to buy?
So is this the whole game, is buying gates and playing cards?
I mean, that's probably fun if you know what you're doing. I kind of know what I'm doing.
Buying Gates the game.
I honestly, I actually really like this game despite not knowing what I'm doing.
I'm thinking of the Chew and Bubblegum quote. I came here to buy gates and play cards, and I don't know what my cards do.
I do know what my cards do. My cards give passengers to places that I have. I think I'm already in these other airports that... Can you have more than one spot in the same airport? Can you find out?
I've got a monopoly in Atlanta so far.
Oh, yeah, you have 2 of Atlanta, huh?
Mm-hmm. On the Atlantic seaboard. Whew, look at that. Good Great Airlines expanding.
Hey, Chris. I can't remember. Did we interrupt your travel story again or no?
No, I think I got it out. So yeah, I had a stupid layover in Detroit. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So I went to DTW instead of DFW. The only good part of it is the fact that Detroit in the middle of like winter time is not as busy an airport as the Atlanta airport.
Did you know that it's really easy to get it mixed up because a T is just, or an F is just a T that's dabbed. You know what I'm saying? It's like T, F.
So Kyle, so to make it wider and stuff, I just control and mouse wheel zoom in and out. So I just kind of zoomed out to try and get a better view of things here. So I'm gonna play.
And I play on my phone, so
I'm gonna play the Atlanta card and see what happens.
yeah, I did that already to a thing I owned, and I don't think anything cool happened. But I have 2 in Houston, or I think I have 2 Houston airports now. So I'm gonna play a Houston card.
Ooh!
Oh, I just got like 100 points. I actually don't know what happened.
Look at all these people I've got in Atlanta. I got 4 red cubes and 2 green cubes. I'm going all in Atlanta.
Oh, hey guys. Did people just get like way higher incomes apparently? Because my income has been 6 this whole time.
What's your income? What are you talking about? Income?
Well, I just looked at the what had happened, and apparently Chris has an income of 11. So Chris is really whipping this game.
Oh, I can only buy gates up to 6, I think.
Oh, so maybe you can only ever get 6, but you... Oh, maybe it's a point income.
Yes, that's how many points I'm earning each round, I guess.
Crazy. How many points he's earning each round.
I don't know why. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die.
Hey. Let's get into some of these places, baby. I want to get into all these airports. I'm an airport buyer and a frequent flyer.
You what now?
I'm an airport buyer and a frequent flyer. I just bought San Francisco, or I just bought St. Louis because I like Mark McGuire. But he was in Oakland A first, so.
Was Mark McGuire clean, or was he
Ooh, Mark McGuire. Well, so here's the thing,
okay, he was definitely one of the dopers.
And so he and Jose Canseco were the Bash brothers. And I can't remember, one of them, admitted to doing steroids first and also implicated that the other one did as well. Or implicated the other one, I guess is the word. Implied that the other one did. And so, that, caused, a rift between the two of them for many, many years. Because I think it was Canseco who was like, yeah, I took steroids, so did McGuire. And McGuire was like, what? Me?
I remember, I think I was in middle school or something, or maybe young high school where I read this book. I read an article. I read some words on some form of paper
Yeah, we all
about
did.
the bicyclist was
I
Lance
know.
Armstrong, not Neil Armstrong. Lance is his whole like little thing about oh, my legs don't get tired naturally. I don't create enough lactic acid or whatever. And it turned out
Yeah.
he was just doped.
Right. He's
Yeah, Kyle, I do. This game has a regrettable amount of cubes.
You're the Eurogamer of the bunch of your whole show.
It's true, but Kyle did say in the chat, "Sorry, Jordan, more cubes."
Yeah.
It's true. It's a bunch of crunch of cubes.
Hey, you know what I think are so awesome is cubes.
I
Oh.
genuinely just really enjoy cubes in games.
Whoa, the government offers assistance. You may add passengers up to 4 airports. Of course I will.
End of government assistance. You may discard
Sorry.
any number of cards.
No COVID check for you, Chris. Woo woo!
Got that sweet stimulus check.
I hear that those are maybe going to happen again. Is that true?
I don't know. I've heard tell of that second stimulus check since the first one, but
Yeah.
The current not bailout, or the current like assistance like of $908 billion has $0 as payouts to persons. Is what's being discussed right now, I guess. So no idea. To quote Homer Simpson, the government, don't get me started about those guys.
Yeah. Those guys are horses A's, dude.
Oh, that's one of my favorite episodes too, Jordan, when he goes to work for Hank Scorpio in the new city. Oh man. Hey Homer, what can I do for you? Oh, I was just wondering if you had any sugar. Oh, sure, here you go. And he pulls it out of his pockets, just like a handful of sugar. Sorry, it's not in Sorry, it's not in packets.
it's not bag. I love the scene with the James Bond. He like gets free, and Hank Scorpio's like, "Stop him! He's supposed to die." And Homer trips him, and he's like, "Homer, when you get home, there will be a new story in your house." And he gets home and he brags to Marge. He's like, I tackled a loafer at work today."
That was very funny. All right, I can keep buying gates. That seems interesting. Okay, you know what?
Yes, Kyle. Thank any deity that's listening that there's not tuba playing right now.
Oh man. I do miss the good old tuba days. You know what I mean?
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, but that's because that wasn't my neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm getting into L.A.
Laxative Airlines, huh?
Well, you know what's interesting is if you ever hear a British person talk about L.A., they always say L.A., which is so funny to me. They can't just say it fast like we can. You know
LA.
why? Because years of like, well, you know how like fancy people in the Middle Ages would just marry themselves off to other fancy people, and pretty soon they're all relatives. And that's why most people in England can't say L.A. They have to say L.A. It's a genetic disorder.
Your story checks out, Cam. I also like how they say HR
Yeah.
for human resources.
And they say Z instead of Z, which is a real waste of time.
It's also how they say it in Canada.
Real waste of time.
That's because Canada's always trying to distance themselves from the, the real victors of the Revolutionary War.
You know, there was it was just a singular battle that was lost by the Americans that could have caused Canada to be part of our country.
Well,
Really?
here's something. Did you guys know?
I believe Mr. Benjamin Franklin was a general for the Americans in said battle. So, or not Ben Franklin. What's that? Benedict Arnold. That's the dude, the bad guy,
that
Oh, the guy
the
who
one that no one likes.
the guy who
Benedict
plays the guy who plays Sherlock.
Yeah.
yeah, Benedict Franklin. Sure.
He saw that there were like 14 million different outcomes of the Revolutionary War, and there was only one that was successful, and they had to lose Canada.
Hey, did you guys know that like literally UK history books still recognize like America, the entire United States of America as a British colony?
Do they? I know they considered the whole Revolutionary War as part of the Napoleonic Wars.
No, like the Queen of England still considers the United States like a territory, and so every like couple of years they send like a couple like big like English galleon, like not galleon because that's like a Spanish boat, right? But like the same thing, like a frigate, like a few frigates over with like guys wearing like red coats and like powdered wigs, and they show up and they're like, oh, yes, we're here from the jolly old England. We're here to collect our dues. And so then we throw them like a couple like bags of gold coins, and they're like, well, cheerio. And like it's kept them off of our shores for like 200 years now. So
Yes, Cam. 200 years.
Insert the Ron Burgundy gif of I don't believe you.
yeah, no, it's 200 years because
with him with the heater.
like because that was the thing. The War of 1812 lasted until 1820. And so in 1820, that's when we started doing the bag of coins thing. Just we're like, we're done fighting these wars.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
So a bit of Florida history. Key West. So there's the Wang of Florida, which is
Yeah.
it's the shape that it is. But off of the very
Homer Simpson again.
Yes. The very tip of it is the Florida Keys archipelago. And so
Yeah, those are the P drops.
yes.
The dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just remember, you shake it once, you're fine. Shake it twice, you're okay.
Good Charlotte, and you're giving me a hard time for singing John Denver.
But I didn't sing the whole flippin' song.
Well, you should. You should do it.
No, I shouldn't.
Sorry, Chris. What are you saying about Key West?
So Key West Key West, I think, is primarily it. They seceded from the Union actually and formed the country of the Conch Republic. And so, yeah, they had a war with the United States, and it was basically just like a huge. It was just like a huge, not tourist trap thing, but it was just like a big publicity stunt. Because I guess like a ship sailed too close to Key West, like some U.S. military vessels, so they seceded from the Union, and then had a person dress up as like a U.S. military officer and like walk in. It's because of like a tariff type thing, like a blockade or something. Stuff couldn't come in and out of Key West at some point, and so they had someone pretend to be a U.S. like military officer march into the Conch Republic. They immediately surrendered and then begged for reparations for the war. So
Nice.
yeah, so it's one of the strangest little bits of history down hither. But
the other strange thing about the Conch Republic is that their flag is actually it's like a bootleg picture of Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. He's peeing on a Chevrolet logo, and like he's smiling. And like some of the ones have him giving the finger too, but most don't.
I thought isn't that the second iteration? I thought the first one was him peeing on the Ford logo.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which logo because like I wasn't like a Ford guy or a Chevy guy, so I didn't know where the peeing decal started.
No one knows, I think, at this point.
Who knows? Yeah.
I have a delightful little book called Lost States, which is just essentially about all of these states in the United States that have been proposed or could have been, but never came to fruition. It's super fascinating. Like back in the early 1800s, I think back when Texas was its own country, there was some dude who was a general for the U.S. and he was out in. So it was after California had become a state because we had California. And he was out in California. Right. Anyways, he decided that he would lead his troops and invade Baja, California, or Baja, Mexico, like the Baja Peninsula. And
yeah, that's where the Baja men are from.
Yeah. Also, where Baja Blast comes from.
Yeah.
It's all they grow it there on the Baja Blast trees. Anyways, so he invaded, and at that time, the government of Mexico was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. So they just basically gave it up. They're like, whatever. So this dude was then like, well, I'm taking the rest of Mexico now. So he led his troops around and started to invade like mainland Mexico, and they were like, okay, actually no, and they killed them all.
Yeah, like, what is this guy think he's doing?
Yeah, they're like, you have your little peninsula, like that's cute and all, but time for you to stop now.
They were all like, okay, that's random when he took the Baja, but then it was like, but then when they came into the main thing, they were no longer like,
yeah, they weren't like, oh, this guy's just that guy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something like, so originally New Mexico and Arizona, the territories were part of the Confederacy when they seceded, and they were actually horizontal. It was a horizontal division. So New Mexico, there was like two like states that kind of looked like Tennessee, like stacked on top of each other.
Just like pancake states.
Yeah, they were pancakes, is what they were. So New Mexico was the southern one, and Arizona was the northern one.
Oh, they're like belts, cinturons, is what they say in Spanish.
Sure. So what? After the war happened, and those those territories were incorporated into the Union said, "F those Confederates, we're going to draw the lines to be vertical instead of horizontal," and that's why they are the way they are.
That's amazing.
Really? Huh.
That's amazing. It's just a big middle finger to just a big middle finger to the Confederacy.
Yep.
Okay, scoring is happening here. Majority scoring. What's going on?
Whoa, Chris, you're crushing us, bro.
Ooh, yeah, with that big Southwest lead.
Got that Atlantic lead.
Ooh.
Cam, you got last.
Hey, look at that
Chris
score
won.
spread again. Like, just like Caravan, this was not too far off, you know?
So,
I don't fully understand what we did, but
Oh, I understand 0% of it, but I won.
okay, so here's my hypothesis: is that when you draw red guys and they land in a pocket that you have like Mancala style in the airport, like so if there's only one owner of a gate, every time a card is played for that, it just piles up in their airport. And then whenever a green one is drawn, they draw 3 new cubes, and every time a green is hit, it pops out new ones. And I think greens are worth more than red.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
Because when you look at Miami's huge. 4 green cubes and 2 red.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I think I'd play it again one day. Do you guys want to, like, I know that it's late, but do you guys want to play, wait, is the gerrymandering game difficult?
no.
I'm gonna call it on my side actually, even though I'm the furthest time zone ahead. But yeah, gonna spend some time with the wife since I was out of town for the last week.
Bro, it's all good. But hey, should we get like a turn-based game of gerrymandering game going?
I'll do turn based. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, well, Hop, if you want to play real time right now, I'll play with you.
I probably do need to go to bed because it's 1:20, and as Kyle pointed out in the chat, there is a baby in my house, and the crying was apparently audible. So
I thought that was you when you didn't win Blue Skies or whatever the game was called.
No, not quite.
That's true. There's no tuba guy to be on baby duty tonight. So
Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, well, love hanging out with you guys. Thank you for waiting for me. So sorry about that. I really feel bad about that. You guys are the best.
Oh, really quick. Kyle says, talking about the Florida Keys makes him think of True Lies. I have ridden in the very elevator that Arnold Schwarzenegger rode up in True Lies on the horse.
Whoa.
Yeah, the very elevator in the least attractive, most unintuitive hotel building I've ever seen in my life. It's terrible. It's in downtown Los Angeles. So, been in it. Claim to
True
fame.
Lies.
Well, I sent you guys invites to an async game of
The gerrymandering.
Mapmaker. Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is only supposed to take 2.9 days, but we'll show them.
We'll show them. All right, thanks everyone for watching. This is fun. Cam, Jordan, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Love you guys. See you soon.